Let's talk about the menstrual cycle just for a minute. Very seriously, of course, because we're always being serious these days. Up until the advent of electricity, the stuff that gave us light bulbs and stuff like that, we were under the influence of a monthly cycle that was so strong. People don't understand the moon anymore, partly because, well, nobody looks into the sky. In some religions, it's actually forbidden to look into the sky. Jewish, Orthodox madness or something. But of course, if you look in the sky, you're going to realize there's a universe. And as soon as you realize that, you realize all the stories we've told are just the very beginning. One of the stories we haven't told is the story of the war between man and woman. Now, I don't think this was a war that didn't end in peace every time. It was a war that happened once a month. And I think what happened was, men not being so clever about the medicines the workings. Aristotle came along and started trying to tell us things. And nobody knew that there was things inside your body. They thought, well, God made it so it must work. Well, women have periods every month on the full moon for millions and millions of years, okay? And my guess is the last thing they want to see, I don't want to talk about having sex during periods and stuff. I think that's perfectly fine. Not everybody thinks it's perfectly fine, but I think, well, sometimes women are perfectly into it. And that's maybe a scary thing to think about for some people when the whole world is bleeding at the same time. I don't want to keep harping on this, but I want you to think about it. The whole world, half the planet's people were having their period, and they most likely, check this out, they most likely went to the woods, ate themselves some herbs, mixed up some brews to help relieve the pain and perhaps make the whole flow thing easier. And it probably became a very spiritual ritual for the women. And of course the men wouldn't like this because they think, why are the women getting so excited about have a little bleeding? Well, we still don't know, and we don't know what it's like to have a baby and what it's like to have a baby sucking on a breast. That's the thing men don't know. There's some things men don't know. It's a sad situation, but it can't be helped. But I think it would help to realize that our animosity towards women is probably twisted around from our ever-recurring. We probably had 3 or 4 days a month where the women went and celebrated and the men went and celebrated. And it probably get really funky. The men probably get really drunk because they just didn't want to think, because a lot of men don't like to think. And the women probably went and had very spiritual experiences with their herbs and their tea drinks, and we've grew to hate that at the beginning of our religion. Now, this is just a theory. I'm just working on it, okay? You can definitely respond and say you're full of shit, and have a good day.